public and private schools resume for the 2023-2024 academic session on Monday. The special advisor to the Governor on Transportation, Mr. Toby Ogunleye, said no fewer than 70 buses will take students to and from the school across the state, while noting that the scheme has been extended to other towns in the state, among which are Oda, Oka, and Igbarauke towns. Mr. Ogunleye said free transportation has equally been provided for students in the riverine area of the state. Meanwhile, newly admitted students in public secondary schools across Ondo State have the privilege of just a week to process their registration for the commencement of the 2023-2024 academic session. The race against time was set in motion following the release of cut-off marks for the schools. Omorion Lagbuju was at some government schools in Akure, the state capital, to access their preparedness towards resumption, discovered that parents and guardians are worrying about collectibles and other requirements.
It is another period of the year when public secondary schools welcome new faces. Young, fragile, innocent-looking freshers clad in mufti are arriving in company of their parents and guardians. It is admission all the way, and brew enthusiasm to learn in a new environment shows on the faces of the youngsters who will be experiencing a brand new adventure of secondary school.
I'm happy to gain admission into the school because it is my will to get the admission into the school.
I'm so happy to be in Oyimeku Grammar School. I'm going to resume on Monday and I am doing my registration today. I'm prepared to read my book, do all I can do to pass all my exams.
While some parents and students were seen carrying lockers and chairs into their assigned classes, others were clutching bags containing school items like uniforms, books, and the likes, just as their parents moved from one point to another to do the needful. It is just a matter of days before school resumption, meaning the freshers have just a week to complete the entire admission process, including payment of stipulated school fees. Vice Principal Administration, Oyimeku Grammar School, Akure, Temitope Oyedokun, told Osrc that all hands on deck with a view to making the entire process as seamless as possible.
We will meet up. We are really working. We'll be here since early morning, and we are not ready to leave this place until for as long as parents are still coming, we will continue to do. Even on weekend, we are ready to do it if they are here to do it.
The school's principal, Mr. Ogunleye Okeowo, said necessary measures are being put in place for smooth takeoff of the new academic session, saying it is working weekend for the staff such that everything will be said before Monday.
Next week we are starting our classwork by the special grace of God. I invited the parents. I met the parents. I have meeting with them, and the rules and regulations were well spelled when we started our registration, and they have been coming, and I believe before Saturday we'll finish.
It was a similar situation at St. Louis Grammar School, Akure, as workers were busy tidying up the premises. According to the school principal, Mrs. Omombolanle Aintite, the two-day warning strike declared by the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, was partially responsible for the late commencement of registration, just as she assured that teachers are ready to cover lost grounds.
On the part of the government, I think they have actually done the best, but with the little time that we are having with God on our side, I have my team on ground. I don't do admission alone. So with my team on ground, I'm sure we'll be able, at least if cannot finish, we'll be able to do the majority of the admission exercise.
While commending Ondo State government in uplifting the standard of education in the state, the school administrators also expressed happiness that qualified teachers are being injected into the system.
When you talk of qualified teachers, you have them in public schools. Most of my teachers are examiners of WAEC, and you want your children to compete favorably. There are so many things to enjoy in a public school. I think parents are also realizing this.
The population is growing geometrically. You agree with me, the population is higher every day. And that's to tell you that the free education launched by the state government is working. That is why you see many parents bringing their children to public schools. So you can see that this is the multiplier effect of government effort to increase the standard of education in Ondo State.
The 2023-2024 academic session in Ondo State officially begins on Monday, 18th of September 2023. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
Taking the free shuttle bus story again, the Ondo State government says all is set for free shuttle bus to begin operations as public and private schools resume for the 2023-2024 academic session on Monday. The special advisor to the governor on transportation, Mr. Toby Ogunleye, said no fewer than 70 buses will take students to and fro their schools across the state, while noting that the scheme has been extended to other towns in the state, among which are Oda, Oka, and Igbaraoke towns. Mr. Ogunleye said free transportation has equally been provided for students in the riverine area of the state.
Free shuttle, free between now, that is September, to December. So we've extended the gesture to the people on the riverine. So we are supplying them with free shuttle boats for students on the water too. So already we've procured and acquired about 1,500 life jackets. Safety is of importance to us. So we've dedicated about 200 for the students. We are not giving them to take home on our boats. So we have 20 and 10 boats. So we've released about 20 life jackets. So the remaining 1,300 will be distributed to the boat operators in the riverine. Also, paddle and other things. So we are prepared for the student. About 60-65 will be on the road now, because we can't be in a hurry. Our vehicle to be roadworthy. I'm not talking of every vehicle. We are chartered with this responsibility to certify all vehicles to be roadworthy. If the vehicle that we are giving to the student are not roadworthy, so I don't think we will be justified. So we must certify. So we are working on it.
The Ondo State House of Assembly has decried the deplorable state of roads, especially federal highways across the state, rising from its parliamentary. The leadership and members of the House noted with displeasure that highways such as Elegbeka to Ifon, Ipele to Iduani Road, Akure Owena Ondo Road, and Akure Adrekiti Road are all in a state of total disrepair, while noting that the deplorable condition of the roads has subjected motorists and commuters to untold hardship. The lawmakers said they have resolved to write a reminder letter to the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to intervene on the precarious situation of the roads as a matter of urgency. The Speaker, Olamide Oladije, however, appealed to residents, especially road users in the state, to be patient and remain law-abiding, even as he assured that lasting solution will not be far-fetched. In a related development, residents of Ilekun quarters in Oda town have decried the slow pace of ongoing road projects in their community. According to them, the deplorable condition of certain portions of the road is not only hindering free flow of traffic, but equally responsible for frequent crashes, which are almost becoming daily occurrences. Osrc's reporter Joy Pius, who visited the area to ascertain the level of work done so far, reports that motorists and other road users are calling for promptly completion of the construction work.
Consequently, it has approved and completed the dualization of stretch of the road from Akure Shopping Mall to Weli Junction. However, the execution of the project is not as fast as expected because the contractors in charge appear to have abandoned the project.
Though the state government is trying its best, but we want them to put more effort as regard to this road. In fact, we residents of this area, we don't find it easy at all, especially when there is rain. It's always bastardized everywhere, and it's make it difficult for the lorries, the cars, whatever, to move freely.
It's very slow. From Welly 2 to Leko here is just about 500 meters. They have been on it now for the just ordinary drainage for the past 4 months now. It's not doing the job as expected. You can see the road. He has spoiled our vehicle. Okada people will fall down every day. So also Marua.
They are therefore calling on the state government to help fast-track the project to ease their movement in pursuit of their daily livelihoods.
If you look at this road now, if a motor want to park to buy something from you, it will not park and it will move on. It's affecting business. That is a challenge that me myself is facing.
The government can assist us to do the road. If they help us to do it, we will be very, very happy.
The government has tried their best by awarding the contract, but it is left for the contractor to speed up the job.
The mechanic of this town, they are really feeding on us, because every day you come out, your vehicle or your machine must spoil. You understand? So we are calling on the government of this state to look into this road, so that we, the citizens of this state, can at least enjoy the infrastructure of this town.
Many communities across the state can boast of motorable roads today, owing to the intervention of the present administration in the area of infrastructure, most notably construction of roads. And it is a wish of the people in the fast-growing town that Oda will not be left out. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The importance of compliance with extant cooperative societies regulations so they can serve the purpose for which they are meant was the focus at a one-day seminar for stakeholders organized by Ondo State Cooperative Federation, OSCOFED. Acting President, Ondo State Cooperative Federation Limited, Samuel Olorupeja, at the event advocated continuous enlightenment of members to further broaden their knowledge for effective service delivery. OSRC's Winyifulu Olaleye reports that the seminar was put together in collaboration with the Ondo State Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperative Services. OSRC's Winyifulu Olaleye covered the event, and the report is presented from our studio.
Representatives of various cooperative societies in Ondo State gathered for a one-day seminar aimed at drawing concerned individuals' attention to the imperative of adhering strictly to existent laws in running their associations for optimal performance. According to the acting president Ondo State Cooperative Federation, Mr. Samuel Olorunbeja, the annual event has led to improved welfareism.
The continuous education and training of members, which is clearly stated as the fifth principle, provides for the training of members, officers, and employees of our cooperatives. To the principle, we continually empower members to make effective and useful contributions to the growth of their cooperatives.
The Commissioner for Commerce Industry over non-compliance of some members to the bylaws. The Commissioner, who spoke through the Director of Small-Scale Industry, Temitope Kunyiminu, reiterated government's commitment to realizing their objectives of making lives more meaningful to the members.
The ministry is committed to entrench best cooperative practices, which can only be achieved through membership education in the form of seminar, workshop, and conferences organized by relevant bodies, such as the International Cooperative Alliance, cooperative federations across the states.
The Director of Cooperative Societies, Ondo State Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperative Services, Mr. Felix Williams, said the annual gathering has provided a veritable platform for assessing the success of cooperative societies, as well as providing workable solutions to common challenges.
So it comes to a time that we have to evaluate what they are doing and look into the areas that need to be addressed. That is, their specific challenges, like in the area of loan administration, where they are getting it wrong, in the area of those that are sitting tight in their offices, those that are not willing to do an annual general meeting, a lot of issues like that. So we compile all of them together and address them.
Members were equally educated on the significance of internal control mechanism in cooperative management, just as they were also admonished to steer clear of shady deals and any form of illegal operation. Participants described the seminar as timely and intellectually enriching, which has equipped them with up-to-date insights to run their various cooperative societies from a position of knowledge.
It will allow the members or executive of each cooperative to know what to do to improve the cooperators.
In fact, it is timely because of the nature of human being. We cannot do without putting a system that functions. And there cannot be a functional system without rules and regulations.
The gathering equally afforded the cooperators the opportunity to voice out their concerns about the faith of their savings, among other issues, with assuring responses from administrators that things can only get better. Finyifoluwa Olaleye, Osrc News.
We now take reports of preparation of parents and stakeholders ahead school's resumption on Monday. As resumption to primary and secondary schools in Akure, Ondo State draws nearer, concerned stakeholders have begun activities in preparation for the 2023-2024 academic session. For parents and other stakeholders involved, the effect of inflation and subsidy removal on educational materials is alarming. Osrc's Finyifoluwa Olaleye reports that stakeholders express readiness for the new academic session, which commences on Monday, 18th August 2023 in Ondo State. A report.
The resumption of students to a new academic session is generally something students, parents, and other stakeholders look forward to. The commencement of new school sessions comes with great demands on the parents, as it necessitates the preparation of students for effective performance in school. Different stakeholders have voiced their level of readiness as a new school session begins on Monday in Ondo State. Mrs. Ajao, a businesswoman at Ojoba Markets, who complained about the challenges being experienced in the nation's economy on a business, stated that it has tremendously affected resumption preparation, especially for those who have many children.
Being a businesswoman in the market, we are not even selling because since we parents are preparing for the resumption of the students, so we are not selling anything. The book, this book aspect alone is not going area. So we plead for the government to just help us to solve our problems.
Parents, while bemoaning the hike in the price of educational materials required for resumption, appealed to the government to subsidize the cost of education and alleviate the hardship on the people.
ọmọléèwé tó fẹ́ wọlé báyìí àwọn òbí báyìí gan ta wá dààmú torí pé kò sówó ọ̀rọ̀ owó iléèwé ó ti háì ọ̀rọ̀ ìjòkó ó háì.
bá a ṣe máa ràwé àwọn ọmọ lọ́tún lọ́sì gbogbo yẹn là ń sá eré ẹ̀ ń sìn mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kí ìjọba dẹ̀ tún ràn àwa náà lọ́wọ́ torí because àwọn òbí wa àtàwọn dádì wa àtàwọn mọ́mì wa gbogbo wa à ń gbìyànjú pé nípa eré tá à ń sáǹsìn ká lè ra ìwé dẹ̀ wọ́n everything costs.
However, an intending Year 7 student, David Olaleye, who mentioned that his parents have provided everything needed to resume the new section, said he was fully prepared to resume.
Inú mi dùn tí mo lọ sí kíláàsì tuntun. I've arranged my box and everything. My parents bought all the prospectus.
Dealers in educational resources said price inflation has led to the decline in the sales of learning resources, while noting that teachers have hijacked the sale of books and other learning resources from them.
The patronage is very, very low, and this is very obvious. Everybody knows the reason. The money is not there, the subsidy issue, the salary and everything. Together, the patronage is very, very low. So the parents, they don't have the money to buy the books, and the prices of goods are so high.
Àwọn tíṣà, àwọn olùkọ́, wọ́n ti gbaṣẹ́ wa lọ́wọ́ wa. Tí ò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ tó yẹ ká san sáàpò ìjọba là ń san. À ń san tax, à ń san owó signage, a dẹ̀ ń san owó internal revenue. Ṣùgbọ́n báyìí ibi tá a ti mú owó tá a ti fi ń san fún ìjọba àwọn olùkọ́ wọ́n ti gbà lọ́wọ́ wa. Àwọn tíṣà yẹn wọ́n ti páàkì ẹ̀jọ́ síbẹ̀ ti JS1 ti JS2 ti JS3.
They have, however, called on government to intervene to save their businesses. A large percentage of the police revealed their unpreparedness for the new school session. Finfoluwa Olaleye, Osrc News.
The Jehovah's Witnesses Year 2023 Convention fact